After a weekend of key hits and solid pitching, we go from the diamond to the dugout, where a new presence is standing out. This season, the brothers brought on sarahhhedwards, the first female hitting coach in Taiwan professional baseball. Edwards reflects on her journey to Taiwan, sharing her experiences and how she's settling into her role with the team.
I think sometimes it's just life gives you funny opportunities sometimes. I was playing softball overseas when I got the opportunity to coach for the Phillies, so that was just an amazing opportunity. I wasn't planning on retiring from softball at that time, but I thought it was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And then with the Phillies was when I met somebody who was already playing for Team USA Women's Baseball, and so through her, that's how I was able to try out for Team USA. So it's just kind of who you meet and where you are at the right times that ends up being a wonderful adventure sometimes.
Her path eventually brought her from softball fields and MLB clubhouses to Taiwan's CPBL. Along the way, she has drawn on her own playing experience to guide her coaching approach.
Yeah, I think it's all very much the same. If not exactly the same, very, very similar. I think obviously women's bodies and men's bodies are different, and our centers of mass are different, and you know, how we move is slightly different. So that's been kind of something new that I'm able to bring, is, okay, well, this is how much smaller humans learn to harness their power in order to hit well. So like, this is what I can bring here to the team as well, as something different.
Edwards has also embraced the cultural side of playing in Taiwan, learning some clubhouse slang to connect with players.
I mean, I think an easy one would be like kakinela. Like they always say, hurry up, or anela is like, oh really, like seriously. So those are the two that gets thrown around a lot. They're really friendly and silly, so that's been a nice, I definitely felt really welcomed in the beginning, and as strange as it's been to be in a foreign country and to be surrounded by people that look and act very differently from me, it's been a learning experience for me, for sure, but they have been very welcoming, and they've made the transition relatively easy, I would say.
Edwards believes small gestures like these help build trust. She admits the adjustments hasn't always been easy, and her solution has been to lean on teamwork.
Yeah, it's not easy, especially because I am a hard worker and I do have like perfectionist tendencies. So to not blame myself so much too is really difficult. To realize that I think this is just a huge collaboration between everybody, and leaning on other coaches or even the players for their ideas and opinions and things we can do differently, or things that we are doing well. You know, it's good to step outside and try to zoom out and see it from somebody else's perspective who's there to support you and to make sure that you keep going and everybody's just pushing along in the same direction.
On game days, her schedule is packed with early meetings with the staff, setting up batting practice, scouting the opposing pitcher, and then working alongside players during the game to make adjustments.
When we have such late nights, but you get to the ballpark, you have your morning meetings, the coaches meeting, players meeting, and then we talk about what lineup we want for the day. And then we set up the batting practice rounds, and then have lunch, talk about the starting pitcher, do little either individual meetings about the starting pitcher, or we do it as a team. And then it's game time, you know, and during the game it's a lot of, okay, how is this pitcher throwing today? How are our hitters performing against him, and what little adjustments can we make during the game?
Through it all, Edwards stays grounded thanks to the values she learned in softball: friendship, community, and joy.
It's been awesome. I especially loved moments where we were here in the Dome as the away team, and we had fans just packed along the back wall, and hearing them all like screaming, I hear their passion and how much they want to like support us in this journey this season. So that's been really cool.
She said the fans' passion has fueled her just as much as it pushes the players on the field. And to make sure she could guide them on game day, she took the time to connect with them first.
I was told, you know, if you're doing any coaching within the first couple of weeks, you're not really learning them first, and you're not really doing them the justice that you could be doing. So the first couple weeks of this season as well, I just kind of like tried to learn how everybody behaves and communicates and all of that, who they are as people. And so now, thankfully, we've gotten to a point so deep in the season where I feel like, for the most part with the older players, they do like the support more than being told what to do, or maybe they don't need advice, they want to work it through their own processes. So it's just giving them little tidbits of information that I know they like to know about the pitcher or whatever. Or if I know what bad habits they typically fall into, just like picking that out and be like, hey man, you're doing this, and they're like, they can fix it pretty quickly. But other than that, it's just being a support for them, yeah.
And support is key not just for players, but for Edwards herself.
I think I had such a long journey getting here. I played over 20 years of softball. I've been in multiple countries now coaching. And what you really have to do in these tough moments where maybe people are trying to tell you who you are or what to be or things like that is just have a really strong sense of self and self-identity. And like I said about having a community of women around me from the softball world, that helps every day, because sometimes if I am too deep into this, I'm not like going home and switching my mind off sometimes, then it ends up like it's not a benefit to anybody, I do have to kind of step back and be just Sarah for a while, not Coach Sarah, And so having little like connections with people in your life that are really meaningful and make you feel like you at the end of the day, that's the most important thing.
Those lifelong bonds remind her that she's never truly alone, no matter where baseball takes her. And in the CTBC clubhouse, she's surrounded by players who see her as a trusted coach. For Sarah Edwards, the legacy she's building is clear. It's about showing that history is written not by staying comfortable, but by stepping up, swinging hard, and embracing the adventure.